Hello and welcome to a BWB bonus stream. It's a Tuesday and it's time for me to do something that's not model kit building. Before we get into that, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego to the site, the tier 2 blue emote into chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. If you feel like being a lurker, you can go ahead and lurk. That's also okay. I'm just checking in on this. Yeah, this looks good. Everything looks good over here. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's a Tuesday. And on Tuesdays, I do something that's not model kit building. Sometimes it's video games. Sometimes it's me watching a thing along with all of you. Sometimes it's me talking for 2 to 3 hours about anime. It can be a bunch of different things. In this case, it's me playing Hearthstone. The latest Hearthstone expansion came out last week, the Lost City of Unguro. And so we are in Unguro, and we're playing some Hearthstone. I got some decks for us to check out. I got 2 new decks that I'm liking a lot. And then I've also got like some additions to old decks that I played a bunch of times here on stream. Because I played Hearthstone on my, I was about to say, I played Hearthstone most recently on stream on my birthday subathon, which was on the 20th. So it's been less than a month since I last played Hearthstone, but there's a new expansion. And I don't expect that I will be playing Hearthstone again on stream until the next expansion comes out. Maybe the mini set will change things up enough that I'll want to jump in there. But if there's like something wild, pardon the pun, if there's something odd out there that I want to check out, I might do that. But like I said, sometimes the mini sets come out and it really does change the meta in a way that I'm like, oh, I'd like to stream that. I'd like to show people what's going on with those decks. I don't have too many new decks to play with. It's only been a week. I originally thought I might end up running this last week, but I'm glad that we got time because it came out on Tuesday and I had like 1 deck in mind. So now I have 2 decks in mind, but we'll go to the game feed. Everything should work. This is a weird thing to say. Everything should work fine here. I have recently upgraded a few things around the old stream in OBS, and I'll be probably pushing some stuff here and there, but I'm trying out 60 frames a second. I don't know if you've heard of it, but I wasn't doing true 60. I was doing 30 frames to mimic 60 because I thought that would be fine for the kind of things that I'm doing. But it looks like I can pull that off. We'll see in the long run if that's true. So you can see the decks that I have here that are named silly things. Not really that silly. Hero power is just a bunch of cards telling me just use my hero power a bunch. It's for quests, weekly quests. Speaking of which, I do have 1 quest that I'm working on right now. Welcome to Dash. Hello. Welcome to the old stream. I'm normally a model kit builder, but I'm doing this here. I believe you probably got gifted a sub. You probably came in on a Gersman raid on my birthday and got gifted a sub. That's my guess. But I don't know. Maybe not. But it says first time chatter. So maybe you were just hanging out. I don't know. I'm making a guess. I'm making a wild guess. But yeah, the smoke. I added 1 new card to the smoke. I added Endbringer Umbra, which is a battle cry, costs 7 mana, which is a little expensive. Finally subbed, unlike, okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for getting, come on aboard. Appreciate it. So Umbra, this version of Umbra triggers 5 death rattles that you've played this game that have died. So, that is minions. I don't know if this works in this deck. So the idea of this deck is you play Trickster on turn 4, and then you play Smokescreen on turn 4. And you just trigger a bunch of death rattles. I think this will trigger those. If it doesn't, this is a bad addition. But I think this is a late game play to just play some of those death rattles that I've already done. I don't know. But I also will probably play some other death rattles just out of hand, so at the very least, it'll trigger something. So I kind of want to find out, like, what counts and what doesn't. So we're going to experiment with that. We also have This Is Big Shaman. which is a deck that cheats out big minions. And there are some new big minions from the latest expansion that fit right in this deck, like Krog, Crater King. First off, this is like the first legendary that I opened here. So Krog, Crater King rules, and I love the look of it. But it is a beast that at the end of your turn, you set the attack and health of every enemy minion to 1. It's pretty good, especially since there are some big beefy boards out there. There's some Murloc decks that just make Murlocs crazy, and they make buffed Murlocs, and it sucks. So this kind of negates that. And that can be pulled out by Thunderbringer, which is pretty cool. So because it's a beast. We also have, what's new in this deck? Tar Tyrant. I'm trying out Tar Tyrant. It is a 1/12 taunt. On your opponent's turn, it has a +6 attack, so it's a 7/12. And it has lifesteal. So that's just a good board. It's another elemental. It can be pulled by Thunderbringer. This is just a good beefy friend to be there. And also, if you have Glug, then you're adding a bunch of defense to Glug and keep Glug alive. So that's pretty good. We got Muckmorpher. Muckmorpher is always good to have in this deck. Does it contradict Astros Call and Eureka? Yes, but it's a backup. So we keep it. So we've got those. We also have the Wallow OTK. One card has changed in this deck. I was about to say nothing has changed in this deck, and I lied. There's one new card in this deck, and that new card is, Blood Petal Biome. You discover a temporary 1-cost minion, so you need to have at least a mana in your pool. It can fill in the blanks there. It can just kind of fill your mana up a little bit. It makes a temporary minion. You discover it, so you can choose between 3. It can kind of help you out of a jam. It's pretty good. One thing I do want to point out, so there are 2 new things. There's one new thing in this expansion, one new kind of like card type thing. And then also there is the return of quests. This is like the 3rd time or the 4th time they brought quests back in. There are new quests. That is a card that always starts in your opening hand. No matter where it was in your deck, it always starts in your opening hand. And so you can always play it on turn 1, unless they do something to make it so you don't have any mana, which does happen on occasion. On occasion, people have been known to do that. There's one new card description, which is Kindred. So let's see. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do Raptor. Let's find Raptor Herald here. Raptor Herald. Discover a beast with a dark gift. Kindred. It costs 1 less. Kindred is new. Kindred is basically just like if you played the same type the turn before, the Kindred effect activates. So in this case, if I played a beast before I play Raptor, and I believe it's I want to say Kindred, a bonus you play the same type spell last turn. Yeah, so Kindred could be a spell, and if in that's a school of spell. So if on turn 2 I play a 1 mana or 2 mana beast, then on turn 3 I will get a Raptor Herald, will make the thing that I am discovering cost 1 less, which is great. I have that in this deck. I also have some Kindred cards in Food Chain. Food Chain is the it is a quest deck. I actually got this card. I opened this card, the Food Chain, and I was like, great, this is what I want to do. I like this quest. It looks cool. So I need to play a 1 attack minion, a 3 attack minion, a 5 attack minion, and a 7 attack minion. And if I do all that, then I get a 5-cost card called Shock. And Shock has Rush. It's a 9/9 with Rush. And it also puts 3 cards in my hand. Random beast cards that cost I forget. Wait, let me just find. Let me find all the text here. It should tell me. There it is. We get a Battle Cry. Get a random 8, 6, and 4 attack beast, set their cost to 2. So we get an 8 attack beast that costs 2. We get a 4 attack and a 6 attack beast, all that cost 2. Is this a good thing? Not really, but it's fun. It's a fun deck. So we got a bunch of new cards in here that do fun, cool things. We get some old cards in here. Hungry Crab is in here mainly because it's a 1 attack, and we need those. But it also counts as a 1 attack, even though if it gets +2/+2 for destroying a Murloc. There's a bunch of Murlocs out there, so that's good to have. We have this to do some damage to help clear the board, and also to make our beast that turn cost less. And we got some. This is a new card. This gives friendly beast a random effect. Every friendly beast a random effect, so that's nice to have late in the game, or also if I need a 3-drop. Grazing Stegodon is important for this deck. Basically, no matter where it is in my deck or hand, every turn it gets another mana. This will help me fill in that. If I can't find my 5 attacks, if I can't find my 7 attacks, or I can't find my 3 attacks, or my 1 attack. 1 attack would be kind of impossible for that to help me out with, but it can help fill in the gaps there and my curve. So that's great. This is one of our 5 attacks. This is a 5 attack that's new, that seems pretty good. You get a copy in your hand, not on the board, so it's not the best. But if your opponent has a really cool thing, that might be great to get. Torga pulls a Kindred card. We talked about Kindred. And also a card that can activate the Kindred. So that's any beast. Basically, it pulls. And we only have 2 Kindreds in our deck, which are this. So that's a 7/5, which has the benefit of Kindred costs 2 less. So if I play a beast the turn before on turn 3, on turn 4, I can play this. It's great. And then we have another one because we need at least, I want at least 4 of each of them. I want 4 of, I have more 1/1s than anything else because this just shuffles our deck, which is nice to have and keeps it alive. And if we buff Amalgam somehow, then it'll keep the buff. This also discovers an odd, which can help fill in our gaps. And also, if we get a 1-drop and we play it, then we can get another one. If we get a refresh, that's pretty good. So I got some new cards in here. It's nice to have new cards. And then our other brand new deck, which we'll take a look at later, is Low. And as I play these decks, I'll explain them as people come in and out of chat and all that. I'll kind of go over the things. Low. Who's Low? Low is right here. Low the Living Legend. Low the Living Legend. Battle Cry. Your minions cost 5 this game. We've got big minions. And then they're going to cost... The carrier is going to cost 5 instead of 12. That's great. Playhouse Giant is going to cost 0 because it costs for each card you draw in this game. We'll have drawn more than 5 cards, which will make Playhouse Giant cost 0. Ceaseless Expanse costs 125, but it costs 1 less for every card that is drawn, played, or destroyed. It's going to cost 0 as well. Firac the Blazing will cost 5. Fizzy Elemental will cost 5. This is a card that I played the other day, and somebody that I know I played against and was like, Pat, I've never seen this card before. Because it costs 9, but it has Russian Taunt. So it's a great call. A 10/10 with Russian Taunt for 9, not very good. A 10/10 with Russian Taunt for 5 mana, very good. And then we have some ways to get some mana. We have a new card called Amidrasil, which gives us some armor, a mana, draw a card, refresh, and every time you play it, it's got 3, but every time you play it, you refresh some mana, you do a bunch of stuff. It's good to have. It's good for curve. It's a draw while give with a bonus. There's a new card that draw a minion. It has 5 or more attack. You give it +5 health and you gain some armor. At the very least, that is a way to pull a bunch of our minions. Chrono Boost is going to help us pull our carrier and our card that makes our carriers cost less, so we can even play it for 3. And Aquatic Form is going to dredge, which is hopefully going to get some of our top end stuff. And then I don't know if Capture Cold Tooth Mine is good or not. When all our cards cost 5, this card is not great. when we really want to have Ceaseless Expanse in our hand, and we already have low, this card is pretty great. Because it means that we're definitely pulling Ceaseless Expanse out of our deck. When it costs 125 or less. It's always going to be easy to get out. So I'm still playing around with that. This deck needs a little more doctoring. I don't know if I need Trail Mix in here. I might want a better card to increase our mana. It's nice because I don't think our opponent's going to expect us to play low. So right now, it's got a little bit of element of surprise. We just have to kind of survive the mid game until we get to the point where we can play it. And then we play it. I don't know. I'm going to get started in a moment here. Folks that are watching later on the VOD. We got a bit of a low number. We got a low turnout here tonight, which is fine. Like I said, I did just play Hearthstone last month, so I get it. But I am going to... I'm just going to do a little retweet here, just so that people get a chance to come in. About to get salty. And then I'm using a hashtag on Blue Sky because I have been told that oops, I used the wrong hashtag. That's my fault. I wrote Hearthstone instead of Hearthstone. Yep, I wrote the wrong thing. That's very funny. I'm going to delete that post. It never happened. Nobody saw that happen. Nobody knows that I did that except for you guys. Y'all know. But I'm going to use a hashtag on Blue Sky because I have been told that people look at hashtags on Blue Sky for discoverability. It actually is it's working as intended. Now I don't know this for true, but I've heard that, and I'm experimenting with it. But you don't want to use hashtags on Twitter. I mean, you don't want to use Twitter, period. But I'm still there. I'm still there and doing it. It's not a good idea, but it is what's happening. All right, yeah, did that. See if we can get a few more friends to join us tonight, and if not, that's also okay. Let's play some Hearthstone. Let's experiment. Let's start with the smoke. I want to see what Umbra does. I want to see if Umbra will play any Death Rattle that got triggered from a spell, or if it has to be a card that I played out of my hand that is a Death Rattle minion. Because if it's just that, if it's got that limitation, then it doesn't make any sense to play this card in this deck. Ooh, that's a cool card. Or that's a cool hero portrait. All right. So we got Trickster, which we need. We're going to keep Fate, the other Trickster, because that dies, and then we get what we need, which is the smoke screen. We need that, so we're going to get rid of half of our hand. We're going to keep Trickster, and we're going to play this Trickster. We might even coin it out just to get it out on turn 2, and make our opponent seem like they need to kill it, or give it 2 turns for it to attack things and die. So I might coin this out, since my opponent just played an Elemental Beast, which is fine. Can't do anything here. So yeah, I'm probably, unless I top deck Smokescreen, I'm probably going to coin this out on 2, just so I have something to play on 2, and then hopefully this will go away and get cleared from the board by turn 4, and we'll have drawn that. Now, there is a chance that this would, this is going to pull the card I want, because it's 5 or more. We only have 2 spells that cost 5 or more. All right, our opponent, I guess, is Zoo. They're doing Jade Golem in 2025. I wonder if that's just because this is a cheap weapon. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, we got Anka. So if they don't kill this, we at least have something to play on turn 5, which will make our all of our Death Rattles cost 1. This is a great backup card. Or the backup strategy. Which again, Endbringer Umbra might be a backup. We're hopefully going to find out. Okay, yeah, so I guess there's Zoo. They're just going to build the board and then buff a board, I guess. All right, and so our opponent has not killed this. We have Door of Shadows. We have a backup strategy. And we got Smokescreen. So what we can do is we can clean up the board a bit here. The fact that our opponent has not gotten rid of this is okay, because now we have the card we want. So next turn we can play Smokescreen, Swift Scale, Trickster, and Smokescreen, and then turn 5 we can play Anka and clean up our hand. Things are going good. We're on it. If I hadn't gotten greedy, if I hadn't coined this out, we could have played this on turn... Well, we couldn't have anyway, because on turn 3 we had to draw this. So either way, we did it right. Okay, got a Murloc. Don't love to see those, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see if our opponent has the attack to clear this if they wanted to. They are going to clear it. We are going to get another Smokescreen in our hand, which is fine. It means we won't overdraw it. Because when we clear our hand up with Anka, eventually we could play Smokescreen. All right, so we're going to do what this deck does. All right, we got the other Trickster, so we can play those together eventually. We got Door Shadows, which is a dead card. We did some damage. We put another Meadow Striker in the bottom of our hand. And that was a bad one. I'm just going to say that was bad. That was a bad turn of events. We got this, which is worthless to us. We got this, which is worthless to us. We got that, which did some damage. And we got that, which is okay, because now our hand's fuller. But that was not good. And then what did we burn? We didn't burn anything yet, but we're going to burn something next hand. So, oh yeah, we did. We burned Containment Unit. So that's a shame. So yeah, not the best. Hopefully, of all the cards in our hand, hopefully we are not about to burn Umbra, because that would be... Okay, great. We didn't burn Umbra, because I do want to see how that works. So, unfortunately, we don't get to do much here. We didn't really build the board, but we do have a really good turn 6. On turn 6, we can rush into some of these minions. We can set up some defenses. We can rush this in and we'll have an 8/8 after that. We will have a pretty good turn 6, and then a follow-up turn 7, and then on turn 7 we can do Trickster and Smokescreen and go again. One more time. One more again. We can even play this to just clear our hands a bit in that turn. But we will have to remember that we have to, on turn 7, play this, and then this, and then that. If we play this and make that cost 0, that would be a bummer. Be a waste. Hopefully our opponent is going to do something. Bloodless. FTW, please play the video game. They are not playing the video game. They played the video game. Oh, okay. Ooh, I like this card. That's a fun card. If every card in your hand is a different cost, reduce their cost by 2. That's fun. I like that. That's a neat card. It's hard to pull off, but that's neat. All right, so let's get rid of some stuff here. We'll get rid of that. Oh, okay, and it goes there. And then we're gonna get rid of this just so it's out of my hand. Then this can go over there. And then this can go into you. And then put that there, put that there, put that there. All right. Now we'll have another Meadow Striker that goes into the bottom of our hand, and it'll make a thing that costs 1. It'll be a 1 cost 6/11 because it won't keep that 1/1 nature. Now in turn 7 we can play. We can go again. I might, if we top deck Umbra, I might look at Umbra and see what's going on. We won't do too many games in this deck. I kind of just want to see. All right, so that's interesting. Deal 9 damage to all enemy minions. So when this dies, my board dies, which is okay because we have a reload. So I am going to say that's fine. While we kill that, we will kill this. We're going to rebuild the board here. Ooh, that's a great 8-drop. Whenever you shuffle a card in your deck, add a copy to your hand. Well, we don't have anything like that. But we do have this. All right. Got our Colossus. All right, we drew it. We'll take a look at that in a second here. Now. Ooh, that's fun. We do have taunts on our deck, so we'll pull a taunt. We don't have Divine Shield. We do also have Rush. That's cool. We'll just attack. All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. This also adds stuff to our hand. That's right. That's what that is. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. All right. These are... So we can now confirm that Endbringer Umbra only counts the death rattles of cards that were on the board and died, and not the death rattles that got triggered from Smokescreen. Because there were a few death rattles there that, like, Meadow Striker should be on this list twice if that was the case. So it's only once they end up on the board, like Pipsy Paint Hoof will end up in Umbra. So it's really not good for this deck, and I'm probably going to take it out. It's a cool follow-up, but if I haven't played a bunch of, if I hadn't played Anka, then it would be pretty much worthless. I don't want to steal. I don't want to steal from my opponent. I could play that, and yeah, we can do this. Let's do this. This is fun. Just pull some stuff out of our deck. Oh, it didn't die. That's right. It didn't even die. We'll just do that. We're not going to mess around. We could play some stuff and mess around, but there's no reason to. All right, great. And see. Summon 15,000 minions in traditional mode. That's right. Yeah, and you get bonuses for playing stuff. So, if I deck Doctor right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... we're going to go in here. I'm going to take Umbra out of this. Endbringer Umbra does not fit in this deck because the only reason I played any death rattles is because Anka went off. If it doesn't count the death rattles that go off from Smokescreen, it's not worth being in the deck. I experimented. I wanted to know. It felt like that would be the case, but I still want to know. So we want a legendary 6-drop. Legendary. We have a legendary 6-drop that goes in here. Yes, right here. We're going to do Safe Pilot because that's a great one that does damage to the board, and it has Rush, and it's a kind of low-cost death rattle card. That's a death rattle card I took out to put Umbra in its place. So you got to witness a little deck doctoring, and we still won the match, so that's fun. Let's go to one of our new decks. Actually, you know what? No, we'll keep going with old decks with new cards. We'll play old decks with new cards, and then we'll get into some new decks. So let's do that. Let's do at least one game with This Is Big Shaman, and so we can kind of play around with that. Once again, Big Shaman has two ways to play. Primarily, we are playing a 4-cost and 6-cost spell that pulls a minion from our hand. The 4-cost also pulls a minion from our opponent's hand, which disrupts battle cries and combo decks, but also, if they're a big minion deck like we are, we benefit them. Our backup is that we have Muck Morpher, which copies one of our big minions from our deck. And we have ways to pull out that. And we have Triangulate. Triangulate's going to be great because it's going to pull one of our spells. We want a hard mulligan. We are looking for Ancestor's Call, or we are looking for Eureka. We didn't get either of those. We have nothing we can play on turn 1, unless we top deck something, but generally we never do. Okay. Our opponent also wants a lot of mana, which is great. Because we would love to have more mana. Our max mana has increased. Because we have big minions. All right, our opponent's doing something. Okay, you're digging. You're looking for a minion. It wasn't a pirate. You're copying it. You're going to dig even more. That wasn't a pirate. Great. Ancestor's Call. That's what we wanted. So let's see. Do we want even more Ancestor's Calls? I think we do. I think my opponent, I am guessing that my opponent is not a big minion deck. I am hoping that they are a battle cry deck and that we will be disrupting them. We do have 1 minion in our hand. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's armor. Oh, okay. Yep. I think our opponent might be a disruption. Yeah. Okay. This would also be great to pull. So we can't do anything on this turn except our hero power. And then later we can reincarnate one of our minions if it got hurt or whatever, and that would be good. Both of these have lifesteal, and that'll be nice. It'll slow them down, and that'll be nice. There's always a chance that Eureka, nice. There's always a chance that by playing this, I am going to lose the game, and that's why I'm playing this deck, because it is scummy until it's not, until it really hurts you. All right. So I have disrupted our deck here. They did not discover a hero card from the past. They got a 6/5. That's nice. But they don't get this cool battle cry where they're suddenly a different hero. Oh, but they do get it because they use Shadow Step to pull it back. So that's kind of neat. And they use Sap. So unfortunately, we have not really disrupted our opponent that much. They've used resources that they can't use later. So that's good. But they've also used resources to slow us down. We could do Fairy Tale Forest and pull out our Muck Morpher, but that's not active. So instead, we're going to do Ancestor's Call, and we're going to try that one more time, and we did pull that one more time. And then this is not the right card for Reincarnate. We do have some Death Rattles, so that'll be great. Or that's also good to use with in addition to Muck Morpher, because Muck Morpher makes a copy of a minion from your deck, but it's a 4/4, and we can then kill it and bring it back to life as the full copy. So that's nice with that. We might just play Brute next turn, because I can play this on turn 7, and then play the Muck Morpher with it. Oh, but our opponent decides, actually, I don't want to do this. I now don't want to keep searching for a way to get through your big minion. And our opponent concedes, and we only used one card that was new. But this is Big Shaman. So we're going to continue to play Hearthstone. And I will show off one of my new decks. So we at least can see what's going on with the new stuff. So we'll get into Food Chain, because while OTK and Wild Gods have no new cards, Wild Gods I'll probably give up on. That was a fun, Imbue was a fun thing. Food Chain. The thing about Food Chain, this deck that I'm playing using the Food Chain quest, is that even when it works, it's not very good. So you kind of have to just overwhelm your opponent in the mid game. Because if your opponent's deck is high in the late game, we're done. We're not going to survive that. All right, so we have a turn 1. We have a turn 2. We can get rid of a minion and play that. This is a rough card to play on turn 2. I'm going to keep it because we don't get to adapt a friendly minion if I'm playing this alone. But playing this on turn 2, yeah, whatever. We'll play around with it. If I top deck something better than this, I will play it. That within the mana cost, that costs 1 or 2. But I'm not psyched about this. Okay, so we can wait for this. We're gonna have to wait on this for a bit. We can wait for this to become a 5/5 and play it when it's 5/5, and then we can play this at some point. This is pretty good. Now, if we play that, it'll give us a 3/3. On board, which we don't want. So instead of killing that, we're just going to play this. We're going to save this because we can play it next turn to make this cost 2. So we can do that if we want to do that. All right, our opponent is playing Egg. They're playing Egg, which okay, we can play that. We already got a Kindred. This costs 2, which is like on curve. I don't want to do that. I don't want these to die, because when these die, weird shit happens. I mean, this one can die. When this dies, a bunch of stuff happens that I don't want to deal with. So I'm just going to do this. And then this cost 1. And I'm going to play that. I'll play that. I could have waited for this to be longer, but I wanted to activate this. So next turn, we can play that. It's not my best. We will have this. We can play it on turn 5. Right now, we have only played a 3 attack because even though this move, increases attack every turn, it unfortunately doesn't count. We have to play the card. But we'll play this and we'll get our 7. So we'll have our 3 and our 7 done, and we'll need a 5 attack and a 1 attack. I got lots of 1 attacks in the here. I have a couple 5 attacks. All right. So yep, they're triggering it, stealing a bunch of stuff, doing their thing. Ooh, I can play this turn 6 if I want to get it from a 5 cost. So we're going to play this. What does this do when it dies? Destroy an egg. Yeah. Battle cards. Death Rattle do something when they're... summon a copy of it. Okay. That's going to get that back. That sucks. That's a good combo. Good on them. All right. So on turn 6, this will give us our 5 attack. We just need a 1 drop. We might be able to pull that by playing this next turn. We're going to find out. Shields up. That's smart. Now I have to kill these eggs if I want to. All right, we got that. We already have a 7. We're going to play this. And our activator is our 1 drop. We played that. Next turn, we are going to play this. It's going to have 5 attack. We're going to complete our turn. I'm just going to play this. Ugh. I actually prefer to have a 4/4. All right, so we complete our quest next turn. This is looking not great, as you can tell. This is not ideal because our deck is doing what it's supposed to do, but our opponent's deck is doing what it's supposed to do, and we kind of can't have that. I bet my opponent has like things that like replay death rattles or use old death rattles, stuff like that. It's just like a bunch of bullshit. All right, so we want to play this because we don't have many 5 drops. We have now completed our quest, and next turn we can play it and play 1 of our 2 cost minions and play a 9/9 with Rush, so that's good. Let's discover an odd cost thing here. We can rush through that. That's pretty good. I think we'll do that. A pretty good use of our mana. Oh, that's right. We also do this again, and we'll take that. Maybe I just want to do that. Yeah, we'll just increase our attack here. We'll play that. Kill that thing. That dies. I forgot that fucking dies. I should have done that first. We'll just kill this as well. And that goes into our hand. I fucked up the order of that. I should have remembered. But I fucked up the order. But right now, we can play this next turn and then 2 things. And it's not going to be enough, but it'll be cool. And maybe one of those random cards that we're going to get is a taunt, which would be nice. Maybe I should put a taunt in this deck. It might make sense to have... Well, yeah, there you go. Yep. Triggering some things. Yep. Stealing some stuff. Okay. And these fucking annoying cards mean that this, loses health too, which will then trigger that. Now it's got attack, so it can die, and there's going to be another one that's going to come in and steal health, and this is going to die. And that died. Now that's a 5/5. Yeah, our opponent is doing stuff, and we're doing things, but they're doing stuff. So, what did we get? We get this a lot. This is a common one. For each frost spell you cast in this game, this sucks. No, that doesn't help me at all. This is awful. So our deck did what it was supposed to do, and we're just not going to survive. Like, we can rush through some stuff, but like, I'm going to play that, and it's not going to be enough. I guess I want to get rid of that and then go face. and our opponent is going to do 12 to us at least. They can right now they can do 14 to us without doing anything else. Yeah. So that was bad. Maybe I need something in this deck that lets me pull it back into my hand and replay it, or get a copy, shuffle a copy into my deck. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. I don't know. Okay, so our opponent's just going to go face. They're just going to try to run us down because we need to then get through all these high health minions with our stuff that sucks. Man. Okay, so we'll get rid of that and that, and then we'll get rid of that and that, and then we'll get rid of that, and then play that. We're gonna play it out. We're gonna see how we do, but I think we're about to hit our first loss of the stream. Because I don't really have much follow-up here, and my opponent probably has more follow-up. I mean, I'm always going to have minions to play. It's just I also have to constantly be killing my opponent's minions, and I'm never really going to get ahead. Like, they have a way to trigger... They must have a way to trigger that and get a 5/5. Maybe they don't have it in hand. They do have it in hand. Well, what was I thinking? Of course they have it in hand. Oh, they have both of them in hand. Great. And this thing's got the 10-gallon hat. All right, so I can play this. So we can kill something. Let's kill that. Let's make this cost less. And we'll play this. It's a 6/6. We might as well play a 6/6. So we gotta kill that, and we gotta kill that, and then might as well just go face. They can do 10 damage on the board. They have 10 damage, I mean, using their hero power. So they just need to invent 3 damage. It's not looking good, but we'll play. We'll play to our not outs, because I don't have a follow-up. I don't have an alt win condition with this deck, and maybe I need one. I kind of just need... It's interesting to think about. Yeah. Like... I don't know. It's an interesting thought experiment. Wow. Yeah. Like, what does this deck need that it doesn't have? Like, I can't clear this board enough. So we're just going to play some minions and then concede. Like, what does this deck need? Does it need more draw? I've got a decent amount of draw. I think it does need a taunt. I think I need a 1 attack, 3 attack, 5 attack, or 7 attack taunt. And I think that, like, that's probably the thing to do. So if we go into my collection and go to food chain and then go and hit beast taunt, there aren't that many beast taunts. Oh wait, no. Oh, it had beast in the name. That's right. I just got to do taunt and then look for beast. We'll do that. We'll try that. That's right. Because it has to be a beast. So we have to look for beasts that have taunt. I can't do both of those things. That's right. So, cash cow. Whenever this takes damage, you get a coin. That has 3 attack. Is that good in this deck? I don't know. Mythical Run Bear seems pretty good. If this has 4 more attack, you summon a copy of it, but it's a 3/4 with taunt for 3. I think that should be in the deck. I think that goes in instead of Infested Wolves. That's an easy put in because that's a taunt. I feel like that's an easy choice for that. It's going to be rare that this gets that gets enough attack to summon a copy of it, but it could happen. Lion's tough now because I've gotten rid of most of my death rattles now, just from playing it. There are some death rattles. We'll keep that in there. Let's see if there's any other taunts that are beasts that will help us out. We'll go over here. This has 5 attack, so we could play this. It's got a lot of damage behind it. It costs 7, which is expensive. It'd be the most expensive card in our deck. I don't feel great about that. Now let's look for taunts that are beasts. This is going to take longer. None of these are beasts. Wait. That is a beast. Pack Mule. But a 2 attack doesn't do anything for us. Taunt Poisonous. Do I want to drop one of my 1-drops out of here and put that in instead? Maybe instead of Alley Cat? I do like Spring Paw because there's a rush. Yeah, let's take Alley Cat out and put in Stubborn Gastropod. That does have 1 attack there. So, Beast. Choose Taunt, Poisonous, or 1+1. We never want one of those 3, so that doesn't sound particularly good. Let's see. A 3 cost with 3. Is that better than any of my other 3s? I don't think it's better than this, which costs less. Is that taunt better than this taunt? No, because it's bigger, and if there's a possibility I could get double. Is it better than my 5? No. How many 3s do I have there? This can be a 3 pretty easily. This is a 3. I have several sets of 3s, so that's not good. Beast with 1. No, I think I like my 1-drops. Let's see, any more beasts here? Amalgam is a beast, so I could play that. I don't know if I want to play that one, though. Pirates, no. And now we're getting into expensive. But there might be a beast that has a taunt. That would be good. Swap health with another minion. No, but that attack isn't what I need. I don't need that attack. So I think those are probably going to be all the changes, but we'll just quickly look to see. Yeah, that's not a beast. That's a beast, but not the right attack that we need. Oh yeah, I gotta put in that. I lost there. This hat. Whoa. That's a 5 cost. Lose 1 health for each card in your opponent's hand. That is a 3, but 3s are not the thing I'm worried about. I'm worried about 5s and 7s. Although I have a way to draw 7, so really I'm just worried about 5s. So I think that's it. But we have added some beasts. Oop, that costs 7. I don't love that, though. That is a 5, but it costs 7. And I think 6 is probably the highest I want to spend on mana. Okay, so I have augmented the deck some. We've done some deck doctoring here. This is the one I feel like the 5 drops, the 5 attacks are the ones I don't like. They're 4 costs, which is fine. Our deck is now kind of lots of 1s, but some of those are all good ones. 1 drops because they're draws, and we need this food chain no matter what. Old map, I still think is going to be good for filling in gaps. I think I like having Gastropod. That's really going to... has 3 health. It used to only have 2 health. Now it has 3 health since last time I looked at it. So I think that's going to be good. There's not a lot for Lion to really copy because I don't have that many Death Rattles. But if it copies Amalgam, then we get it back, and that's good. All right, so let's go back in. And we're playing on casual while we play these. If you hadn't noticed, I've been playing on casual tonight just because I'm doing some deck doctoring and trying out new decks. Hopefully people in casual are also trying decks and trying new stuff and not playing just meta decks, although in wild there's less meta than standard. But if I'm on ladder in these cases, I don't think I ever explained that, so I apologize. If I'm ladder and playing ranked, then I'm going to be running into more shenanigans, and I'm trying to avoid that to just try to play these decks. Try them out anyway. All right. So I am most likely going to be able to play this on turn 3 and this on turn 4, which is great. And odd map, we'll get rid of odd map. Maybe I should have kept it, but... Well, no, then we got a 3-drop. Okay. So we have a 3-drop and a 5-drop that we can play on turn 3. I'm probably going to coin this out because it has taunt. All right, our opponent has 40 health, and we're going to have more mana, and that's fine. So yeah, coin this on 3, play this on 4. Obviously, play this on 1. All right. So I could theoretically play on turn 3 this, coin, and then something, and I might do that on turn 3. So we don't have anything to play on turn 2. We could play this, but it's kind of a waste, and I don't care that much, so we'll just attack. We now have another option for our 7, but this is the better 7. So on turn 3, we can play this. We'll have 1 mana left over, and then we can coin and play this. So we can do 2 things. All right, our opponent has taunts. We also have taunts. We're going to show them what's up. Wait, let's just do this. Do this. This now costs 2. We have ticked one of our boxes. We now have a bunch of cards in our hand. We now have everything. We can now play everything out. We can play this on 4, and then on turn 5, we can play this, and we will have completed on turn 5 our quest, which is, I think, the earliest possible for this deck. All right, our opponent has cleared our taunt, which is not the best thing in the world, but we follow up with a 7-5, which should hopefully be harder for them to clear. And then we have an alternative. Oh, we already played a 5-drop. Oh, we haven't played a 5-drop yet. So we can play this instead of this as a 5-drop, and then play this as our 1 attack. Not drops, I should say attacks. Awesome. They're going to draw some cards. We do not care about that. Now, do I want a stealth? I think I do want a stealth. We'll play that. And we have completed our quest on turn 5. Again, going to be kind of hard to ever do better than that. So then we can play this next turn, but then we don't get to react with it. So we might save this for turn 7 so we can play one of them along. We have plenty of cards to play on turn 6. We've got this, which will be good. We have this to rush into something. If we want to do that, we have some options. All right. Our opponent has now cleared our board. We don't love that. We don't love that they keep doing that. I think I want to just have a board with stuff on it. And now we can play this on turn 7. And then we have one of these that we're going to we can then play, which is good. My opponent just has all the answers in the world. But I'd rather they silence this than something else that we have coming, because we have like a bunch of cool things coming. So I'm fine with them silencing this card. All right, let's open up and see what we get. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? We get that's awesome. Elusive target spell burst. We can play that with a spell. We have 2 spells in our deck, so we might want to just play that right now. Deal 6 damage to 3 random enemies is pretty good. And a stealth, death rattle, get more stealth. I think we're just going to play this because it's an 8/8 with taunt, and that's good. You heard it here first, folks. An 8/8 with taunt, and they can't target it because it has elusive. That's real good shit. All right, that is a counter. That is a counter. It's going to do a bunch of damage. It didn't die, but it did do a bunch of damage. Cleared off some stuff on my board. Yep, you can't target that, but you can target that. My opponent just has all the answers Just all the answers out there. We don't have a death rattle copy. I kind of want just... I want this to be reactive, so I think we're going to play this. And we'll play that. I kind of want to save my... I'm sort of trying to save all of my rush minions. Now I have death rattles that I can copy with Lion, but I kind of want to save them for something that I want to, like, run into. Like, I want to run a 7-5 into this and kill it. And then I can also do this. Random enemies can also be their face. Enemy, not enemy minions, random enemies. So if this lives, I'm going to copy it. I might copy it twice. Oh, yeah, because this, just having some tutus is fine. All right. Okay, live. Okay, yeah, execute that. All right. Yes. Kill that one, not this one. This one, please live. I should have saved this. I shouldn't have played this when I did. Because I'm going to do a bunch of dumb bullshit to it. And this rules. I have now done a bunch of dumb bullshit to this. And I'm very happy. And so that way it goes face. We are going to just kill it on the board here. And we're going to see if this goes off 3 times or if it just hits you once. It just does the 1, but that's okay. We're learning. I don't know anything about this card. It didn't say 3 times. It says 3 random enemies. Okay. So it only goes off once. Maybe we didn't need to kill it, but whatever. We did. We killed it with that. We didn't need to. We killed the 1/1 for no reason. Okay. All right. That's something. Yeah, but get rid of this thing. That thing died. That didn't work out at all. That didn't work how you wanted it to work. Okay. I want to be reactive. We'll play this. We're going to play this and give these some bonus effects. So let's play this. And then let's play this. And gonna... All of these get bonus effects. Only the one that can't attack got Wind Fury. That's frustrating. But we did do a bunch of damage. I have no way to kill this in my hand. If I had the other Cower in Fear, I could kill this, and then it would do 6 damage to their face. That would be sick, cool, lethal. Oh, our opponent, of course they got a mage secret. That's, of course. It better not be Ice Block, because that's just wasting all our time. It's probably not Ice Block, but it could be. Boop, 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 boop. We're gonna run in with the with this one. Gotta give yourself okay. All right, okay. Please don't be Ice Block. It was an Ice Block. Great. It was Ice Block. What was I saying? It was Ice Block because they had 6 health. It was ice. It was fucking Ice Block. You kid. You know what? Hit you with the pod. Let's... You take this thing and give it elusive. And then we'll just not hit you. I can't believe their completely random mage secret was goddamn Ice Block. But now what are you gonna do? Yes, you got 12 health. Okay. Okay. Oh, attack and charge. Okay, yeah, you're looking for that. You're looking for a big minion that you can then give charge to. That's fun, and then you'll just kill it. That's fun. I am not gonna mess around. We'll just end it. End it. It's done. Okay. All right, that's 3 wins, 1 loss. Again, we are in casual. I'm playing like casual. I immediately like the changes we have made to this deck. Let's go to low. We'll try low out. Low, I am not convinced is a good deck, or even a deck that like fits my criteria of being. So I shouldn't say this. When it works, low is exactly the kind of deck I want to play. I don't know if it works enough to justify playing it. It needs more deck doctoring. But the fact that I can play when doing it the best, that I can play a card that a 2/14 that normally costs 12. I can play for 3 mana in this deck. Like, yeah, I'm pretty into this fucking deck. Oh, we top deck low. Great. So we are now looking for mana cheats so that we can get to low faster. Low the Living Legend. Oh, we'll say greetings. Hello. Let's look for something here. We can play that. Yeah, we'll play that because we can draw that and play it. We'll play this. Great. Next turn we can play Wild Growth for 1. It's not worth it, really, not that much, but we can play it for 1, and we will. They've got Wild Growth. They're playing an Imbue deck still. Sure. Oh, all right. Well, we'll play this. We one can also do that. We can also do this. All right. Yeah. So they're just a hero power, fucking plant bullshit deck. Okay. We still don't have enough to play this yet. Let's draw a card. All right. So next turn, we will have 5. So we'll have 7 mana next turn. Well, actually, we'll have 8 mana next turn because well, we can do this. I could play that. Great. So next turn, we will have 7 mana, and we can play this card. We unfortunately we can also play this card when we do it, because we'll have drawn enough cards to play Playhouse Giant for 0. So that'll be good. So yeah, we really need one of these other Chrono. Oh, we can play both of these. We really need the other Chrono boost. We need a Chrono boost here or something, because we do eventually want to get Carrier, which we do not have. But we can play this on turn 5, which is not really turn 5, which allows us to play this and this. I played that by mistake. I wasted a card. So I fucked that up. I played this card when I meant to play this card. So that's a shame. So we won't be able to play. If we top deck Carrier, it will cost 5, which is okay. We do have 2 8/8s on the board. We did have, for 7 mana, we played a 5/5 and 2 8/8s, and that's pretty good. We're going to lose this. Probably. We're probably going to... Oh, we top deck Carrier. It does cost 5. We have enough. We're going to play this, so we get more mana. Hopefully, we draw one of the cards we have that draws cards. So we're going to play this, and we're going to play that, and we're going to reduce the cards we have on the board. I haven't said what Carrier does. At the end of this turn, we summon 4 1/1s that just attack whatever, but it always does that at the end of the turn. And the 1/1s only die, you know. Went to face. Clear the board, went to face. One of them lived. That will still live next turn. And then as many as we can get Carrier are going to drop these 4/1s. Okay, took one of my mana crystals. We got the other Carrier. We don't need to play that other Carrier. All right. We had no business winning that, but we did win that. We're at 4-1 tonight. So, oh yeah, I like to occasionally keep track. I pressed enter by mistake, but I do like to keep track of my wins and losses, and I just do it in chat. So that's my bad. That's wild. Okay. That's fun. Yeah, and you know, you can point this out. I am playing it casual, so I am playing against people that are also hopefully either trying to just figure out how to play some decks or whatever. They're doing some deck doctoring as well. If we were on ranked, I probably would have lost more than I have. But the win of the first game on a deck, like I said, this low deck is not done. There is probably, like, the mana draw cards here are probably not right. I don't know if if Fizzy Elemental is the right card, but it has Taunt and Rush. It's a 10/10 for eventually 5 mana that has Taunt and Rush. That feels really good. All right, so we've got some grow. We want to keep this. We don't want to keep that. We'll keep new heights. Yeah, all right. Okay, we got this revelation that can reduce. We have a lot of spells in our deck. We'll probably play aquatic form just to see what is at the bottom of our deck and see if low is in the bottom of our deck. That sounds good. At the very least, it'll go to the top of our deck and we'll have it later. We've got some a lot of good stuff here. We'll see what Sheriff BF is doing. Nothing yet. All right, we got Playhouse Giant. That's good. Let's see what's at the bottom of our deck. Carrier at the bottom of our deck. Construct Pylons at the bottom of our deck. And a Midrazil. Let's pull a Midrazil because that is a cool card to pull next turn. And then we'll draw a Midrazil just to draw it because we knew if I might have pulled Construct Pylons, but I think that's fine. We got it in hand. We have coin turn 3 here. And then we'll do stuff from there. We'll have a Midrazil at some point to play. Our opponent's not doing much, which is good for us. So we got the other aquatic form. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, we'll play. We'll pull that. And we'll change the game plan. Okay, we got a Fizzy. Fizzy's not great. Let's just get some empty mana. Next turn, we'll have 4 mana. We can play a Midrazil and draw and refresh a mana crystal and get a minion. Playhouse Giant. Okay, we're getting some of our top ends. We'll just do this. We do restore a mana, which can't help us, but we got Chrono Boosts. Chrono Boost is good. It does a bunch of stuff. I would like to find room to time to play New Heights, to weave in New Heights, but I'd rather play Chrono Boost and just start pulling stuff out of our deck. And especially now that our opponent has a minion that can do damage to us, which is not the best in the world. Because I have nothing to counter this 5/7 with, except for a 3/4 and a 1. So let's do this. Let's pull that out. Okay. I guess we're still gonna take 5 damage. Not looking great here. I really want to find low. I don't have a good way of finding low right now. And our opponent just going all in on this 1 minion, which I have no good way of dealing with. I can do another 3 damage to it. I'm probably just going to have to play this, a Midrazil, draw some cards. I'll have 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, oh, that's good. Let's play it. What does this do again? After this minion attacks, destroy it. Okay. This will get us our Ceaseless Expanse, or a Construct Pylons, or an Innervate. This gives us more mana next turn. Let's play this. Give us more mana next turn. Draw the other carrier and a Construct Pylons. And that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And we'll just hit that again. And it's not great, but it's something. We are probably just going to die, because our opponent is not even playing... I don't even think they're doing what their deck's supposed to do yet. They're just kind of messing around, and we're not doing exactly what our deck needs to do, and so we're struggling. Yeah, because Ceaseless is not going to have enough... I have mana. I just don't have a way to... We almost have enough to play Giant just on their own, which is kind of fun. I guess we'll play that. And then play our highest minion. If we had 9 mana, we could have played a carrier. And then this gets us Blazing, which we can play next turn. We have no way of killing these things. Yeah, we're just dead here. We're just dead. because that's going to give the fizzy. Didn't even give that. Yeah, all right. We're going to concede. We're dead there. We just really need low in our hand, like I probably just need to hard mulligan for low, like literally completely fully mulligan, and not worry about. And even if I have other cards that are good to have in my hand, if I don't have low at the start, this deck doesn't do shit. And so I probably just need to hard mulligan for low every fucking time. And again, this is one of those decks where it's just like, I don't know, I could probably win with it if it does what it's supposed to do. Like, I would love to have this on turn 1. This would be good to have on turn 1. But I don't have low in the hand, so... Hard mulligan, nothing great. Yggdrasil is fine on turn 4. This could pull it. I have a bunch of cards that have that are minions. So next turn I can play Story of Barnabas, and that might work. Sorry, let me just see here. Oh, okay. Text message that I'm not gonna deal with now. We didn't draw it. That's cool. When this costs 5, it'll be a 10-15 with rush and taunt for 5 mana, but right now it's a 9 mana, so not particularly great for me. I have no turn 3 play. Okay, I can get more mana. So next turn I could have 6 mana. I think I'm just gonna do that. Because my opponent isn't doing anything to me right now. So I might as well just have 6 mana next turn. All right, they are assembling, I assume, a combo. There's the other carrier. We'll play this. We got 2 mana to work with, so we can draw something. We're going to have 3 mana, I should say, which we can play New Heights with. So it's a good thing we played that last turn. In your turn, give your other minions +1 attack. That's cool. We don't have any other minions to play. Now we will have 6 mana next turn. We are hoping that we can draw something that'll get us to... Ooh, Overgrowth. That's fun. All right, we have 7 mana now. We literally have nothing to do this turn. I have to imagine our opponent is either assembling a combo or they have cards that they are just looking for. They're a lot of reactive cards, but you think to get rid of the 1/2. All right, gonna play that again. Oh, Overgrowth. Okay. Hey, that's one of our cards. Man, we just can't get lucky here. All right, let's draw 2 cards. Nothing. This will give us Ceaseless. It's kind of good. Let's draw a card. That now it costs 1 less, but that doesn't matter. Play that. We'll draw our highest card and get a Ceaseless. That's not really helpful. All right. Yeah. I don't even have a minion to play to make this better. So we can play this, which is pretty good. It's not the best in the world, but it's pretty good. We can play a carrier. We can just play a carrier. We'll have 9 mana. We can have 10 mana and play a carrier. So that's not bad. Got a copy of that. Okay, that's what this deck is, huh? Okay. It's kind of fun. It's a kind of fun deck. All right, you ain't got elementals. Okay, so now that 2/2 is protected because I don't have a easy way to kill that. All right. Okay. Oh, you're just going to pull it back and save it. Okay, yeah, that's smart. I was really hoping this was a low. So I have cards I could play, but I'm still going to do this and hope that we get... It's not low. Damn it. What if it was? What if it was low and I could have played that and then Ceaseless Expanse and then also this. That would have been real cool. We have 8 mana to play with if I use an Innervate. If I play this, it makes these still in play. I'm just gonna have to play an 8/8. Play an 8/8. Play an 8/8 for 6. Not the best in the world, but tis what it is. Yeah, this deck, like, I won the first game of this, but this deck really needs, it really needs me to have, low, just as soon as possible. Okay. Yeah, damn. Alright, so if we play this, we draw 3 cards, and we do not have room for 3 cards in our hand, because we'll 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we'll burn cards. We don't want to play that until we play some stuff. We got low. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't get rid of our low. I don't know why it would, but it could do that. So we'll play low. Then we'll kill low along with all of your bullshit. And y'all get the fuck out of here with your dumb bullshit. And then if we play this, we can play a carrier. And play this. Get some armor, draw some cards, and we can dredge for... Yeah. Next turn, we have a cool card to follow. We have options to follow it up with. Alright. Immune to damage. 1 instead of the 4. That's okay. We got rid of their board. We can play this next turn and do it all over again. We can, which is great. We can play these 2 together and it's cost 3. We also have this big fizzy. We have these big fizzies. We don't have any taunts. You can also play Chrono Boost. But they don't have a way to kill this, I don't think. They might have a way to kill the 214. But if they can't kill the 214... Okay, alright, you're gonna freeze? Is that what you're gonna pick? No. Put in a copy of Expanse. I don't think you'll be able to play it. But you can then rush in a bunch of minions. Yeah, alright. Like, that's fine. Oh, yeah, and then you can play it again. And then freeze me? Freeze all enemies. Yeah, freeze me again. This thing will still go off. Oh, that's right. You got that as well. Give me a bunch of coins. Okay. You got double Expanse now. That's fun. And then just give yourself a bunch of bullshit. Man, this deck sucks. We're going to beat a deck that I think sucks. I'm pretty psyched about that. My hand is overstuffed. That died. That sucks. This should go off even if it's frozen, but even so, I need this to die, so that's gonna die. And then I can play this, and then this can die. And we still only do 4 to their face, but that's okay. And we'll do this, and that can die. And then let's just get rid of some stuff in my hand. I needed that Sonya to die, and it did. And I'm happy it did. Even if it does mean we have a very big board. And we only got a 1/4/1 in there. 1 interceptor. We still have our backup interceptors. Eventually our opponent is going to get to the point where, oh, okay. Well, fuck you. Alright, fuck you, because I still have these 2. I don't care about these. I still have Ceaseless Expanse. Now their Ceaseless Expanses that they got are going to be close to being able to be used. But it doesn't matter, because I can just do this. together. I can kill all their board, and it doesn't matter. Again, eventually their Ceaseless is going to be able to do shit. That's okay. So let's just Ceaseless all your shit. Get all that shit the fuck out of here. Go to hell. Get out of here. And then we'll play this and do 3. Yeah, and I can play that to get that in there, and then I'll play this to get that in there, and then I'm gonna do 12 to their face. And a reminder, I still have another carrier behind it, because that's the carrier they made me go back to my hand. I'm just trying to reduce hand space. I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this either.
How long can you hold?
Okay. 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 So, yeah, all right, yeah, maybe eventually, yeah, okay, you're gonna do the truths. Okay, but this 214 still needs to die. Can you kill this 214 and take away all my mana? But then also, I have Innervates. So, if you pull this off, if they pull this off, and they can kill all these boars, I will still have enough mana to pull off another carrier. So it's kind of okay, unless they also then fill their board. Oh, they have to kill the 10/10 too. So like, yeah, what are we doing here? You don't have the mana or time. You do not have the time for this. Yeah, there's no way you have the time to get this done. You have to, yeah, you got to kill all this stuff. Play the Sword of a Thousand Truths. And then kill one of these two. Oh no, go you went face? Face is where you went? Oh yeah, you got Ceaseless Expanse. Yeah, you can play the Ceaseless and get rid of it. Yeah, if you want, you could do that. Yeah, alright, I might not be able to... I can pull off a carrier. I might not be able to get through this. There is a chance that... yeah, alright, well, I only have 1 mana. So if I play this, and then I play this, and then I play this, I can play carrier. It doesn't win. I forgot you had the Ceaseless Expanse, so... And they can go 15. Yeah, they can win. So we're just going to concede. They win. They win. It's fine. So again, when this deck does what it's supposed to do, I still don't win. We'll try one more time. Let's see if we can get another game in where low just does, like, we get low really early and we mana cheat and we play low and then we just, like, overwhelm them. Like we did the first game of this deck, where it just, like, worked. It felt real good. And then we'll probably go back to another deck. We'll probably go back to one of the other decks after this. Sometimes casual wild takes a little while for you to find what you're looking for, but it still works out. Still works out all right. All right, we got aquatic form. We'll keep that. We'll keep this. I keep saying that I get the heart. Well, we won. I'll take it. I'll take it. We're 5 wins, 3 losses. They didn't want to play they didn't want to play whatever deck they assumed I was. I'm gonna change my seat a little bit here. Change that. We'll count that as a low. I don't know. Low is an alright deck. Let's do Big Shaman one more time. Try it one more time with Big Shaman. Barely got to play that deck. It did what it was supposed to do. Okay. Triangulate is a save because that can find Ancestor's Call or Eureka. If we had Muck Morpher, we keep Gavel. We don't have Muck Morpher. I'm not going to keep Gavel. Of course, we'll probably pull a Muck Morpher. We didn't. Okay, so I feel better about that. All right, so there's more of a chance that we will pull, yeah, with Presence. You know, we're increasing our chance of pulling Ancestor's Call. We don't ever pull Triangulate, which is good. Okay. Shuffle. They are going to shuffle. And then they win. They get a cool thing. It's not that cool. I actually think this deck isn't good. We didn't get what we wanted, which was Ancestor's Call, because we could play it on turn 4 if we top deck any of our things there. We can always play this on 4. Let's go with many Eurekas. Let's get to mid-game play. We now have 4 Eurekas in our deck. On turn 4, we can always play Presence to draw some minions. Because right now our Eurekas... Okay, yeah, we have... Yeah, right now our Eurekas, because we have 3 in the deck, don't do anything. Which is not great. Alright, they've got that. We have no way of combating that. I mean, we could kill it over 2 turns, but they're going to use it. They're shuffling. It's not how many things you do, it's how many times you shuffle, right? Yes, shuffle cards in your deck 5 times. So that doesn't count as 3, that counts as... Wait, that does? Shuffle cards in your deck 5 times. Oh, okay. Yeah, that did count. All right. You shuffle an extra copy. Yeah, okay. That's a good combo. Well, we'll do this. Try to get rid of it, but yeah, our opponent... That's a cheat code. I didn't even think about that. That seems... It seems broken, except that this card is not good. What Master Dusk is not good, in my opinion. Because I don't think ninjas are particularly cool. But yeah, our opponent did it. They can't even play the card. They got the card they want, and they can't even play it. Alright, yeah. Yeah. Okay. What do I know? Yeah, what the fuck do I know? Our opponent just got a bunch of stuff. We're gonna put a couple 2/3s on the board. Hey, what the fuck do I know? We'll kill that thing. I got Muck Morpher. Great. Well, if I kill that, then I can play this. Yeah, alright. So we'll kill this. This costs 4 now. I have a lot of taunts. Give me a 4-cost taunt. Okay, great. Perfect. Probably the best card to pull. Thunderbringer can bring itself. It can summon itself as a beast. We have a bunch of beasts in there. I don't know if that's should be in this deck. Okay, you didn't want to kill it. I can... Let's see what's in the box. It pulled itself, so I have 2 Thunderbringers, and it pulled a 6/12, and then we'll also play this.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Great. Sucks that you don't have that anymore. Sorry. That's cool. Took that away from you. Oh, you took it back. Never mind. Of course you had a Shadow Step that you had from Augmented Alec. Of course you did. All right, now we pull... Great. Both are excellent. We're just building a very big board. Yep. Now you're just going to have endless 3/3s. But I have lots of taunts. And this taunt kills 3/3 so you concede, because I'm going to do a ton of damage to you next turn. And then also... Yeah, I'm just going to kill them. Great. So that worked out. That did what it was supposed to do. We lucked out really hard that our opponent had a really strong start, but that quest isn't good. So they couldn't follow through with anything, which is awesome for us. Let's try Food Chain again. I'm fairly convinced that this still needs deck doctoring, but the changes I made today, I feel pretty good about. So we'll see. Let's see how it goes. We got more time here to hang out. Real chill evening, unfortunately. I would like it to be a little bit less chill on a stream. I like to have a little more chaotic streams, you know? You know what I mean? This is gonna be our 10th game, so that's pretty good. Obviously, one of our games was somebody conceded, so. But yeah, I like a little bit more boisterous activity here on a Tuesday. I did, as I said, I did play it last month as part of my birthday subathon, so maybe I should have waited longer, but I wanted to play. I like playing Hearthstone. If I had to pick something to play every Tuesday on stream, if my Tuesday stream stopped being a rotation and we're just always one thing, it would be Hearthstone. We're keeping that. This is good to have because we play that in turn 4. This is not a great turn 2, but it's an okay turn 3 if I have something, so we'll keep it. I'm hoping that I top deck a 1-attack minion that I can play on turn 2. That's the hope. But we have that too. All right, great. We now have everything but a 1-attack. So I'm hoping that I top deck Amalgam, Hungry Crab, Spring Paw, or Gastropod. All right, they're playing big minions, big attack minions. Like a different deck there. I don't have anything to play on turn 3. I'm just gonna wait. I am hoping that I top deck Amalgam, Hungry Crab, Spring Paw, or Stubborn Gastropod. But if it's one of the 1-drops, then I can play it with this. It isn't, but it is a 1-drop. So I'll just play it. We are so off curve. But we can play this on turn 4 as a reaction. We have these as reactions. We do now have everything we need to play. I mean, I could just adapt this, and that's pretty good, and then swing. That ain't bad. Yeah, let's do that. We did need to play a 3 anyway. Great. Alternate win condition. Our opponent's going to be very close enough to having enough mana to start playing those big beefy friends. It's interesting that they're playing. I mean, there must be some new beasts that make this deck make more sense, I guess. Or they're just like, I don't know, I want to play a quest. I have this one, maybe. There it is. All right, they're going to draw a Thunderbringer. So we want to kill that later. Ooh, that's just going to keep building and building and building. Well, you know what? You have to kill it then, I think. I think that's the answer. You want it on the board, you kill this. You kill this 6/5 to get it on the board. I'm not doing your dirty work. I will say this is a good combo. Oh, okay. Damn, all right. Got some big friends on the board all of a sudden. Okay. I got to get through a 14-14 now. I don't have ability to do that. Our opponent's got that. That's too much beef. 14-14 with taunt and elusive. Well, how do I fall? I can't target that. I can kill one of these. I can do 10 damage to this. It's not enough. They're going to hit me for 14 next turn. I'm going to finish my quest. So I hit this. That dies. And then this costs 2. And I completed it. So next turn I could do 9 to it. So we'll hit it with 5. And then I might as well just hit this. And then play this for nothing. Hit you there. I can hit it. I can kill this next turn. And then also I will get something that costs 2. But they can do 14 to me. They have lethal. Are they going to let me have another turn? They're not. They didn't have to, but I was wondering if they might. All right, 6-4. We're doing okay. 6 wins, 4 losses. No ties. Ties can happen in this game, but no ties. All right. Let's play one more. Let's do one more of Food Chain. Then we'll maybe go back to... I don't know. we'll go back to Big Shaman. I'm convinced there's this deck's not there yet, but I'm convinced that there's something to this deck because I think it's an easy to complete the quest, and I think the quest is kind of fun. It needs like a finisher, and I don't know what that finisher is. I really don't. I don't know what the finisher is for this deck because it can't be the quest. Like, there's got to be something else, like an expensive beast-related card to play at the end, like to top end, that will like take it over the top. But I don't know what that is, so that's not good. If I don't know what it is, like that's bad. There we go. Come on, there we go. A worthy opponent. Okay. Food Chain stays in. Adapted Amalgam stays in. Primal Sabertooth stays in. Yeah. Okay, we'll keep it. Alright, great. So now we have 3 of these here. We can wait in turn 2. We can play both of these together with the coin. And we are then halfway through. And then we don't have anything turn 3, but that's okay because we can play that. But yeah, we got a 1, a 3, and a 5. This feels like the best 3 attack that our deck could possibly have. Like, I don't think there's a better one. This one's pretty good, but this is really good like after you already have a board. This is good early in a board. Like, don't get me wrong. The fact that this is a beast. Well, our opponent did not want to play our game. They did not want to play against our quest. Our quest is too strong for them. They said, what, that quest? No thanks. You're going to have beasts. I don't want to do that. I assume their mulligan was bad and their hand was terrible and they're like, we don't want to do this. I mean, that doesn't really count. It counts as a win. I'm keeping it as a win. We're 7-4, baby. Plus 50% win rate. We're knocking them dead. I think the biggest takeaway for me on this stream was finding out that that Umbra isn't good in my Death Rattle deck, which is good to know. There is a deck for that Umbra. I mean, there was a deck for that Umbra is low cost Death Rattles to do damage to your opponent's face, but I played that a bunch and I'm good with that deck. That Umbra deck was fun. In a Shaman deck where you can cheat out battle cries. Yeah, that deck worked out pretty good. But it's not good at a just have death rattles go off because of a spell deck. So it's good to know. All right, we're going to keep this because we always keep 1 attacks because we can play that turn 2. And we'll keep that because that's a 4-cost 5. Our hand looks good enough. We need a 3 and a 7. We have 4 7s and 1 card that pulls a 7 guaranteed. Our 5s are kind of the ones that are hard to find. Okay, there's that there. Our 5s are kind of the one that is a little tough. And we've got a bunch of 3s. We maybe have too many 1s, but I don't mind that because they can just slip in. All right, so they have play 7 minions of unique types, and then you can adapt stuff, and every minion has those 2 adaptions, and then you probably have a card to copy that. You're probably going to copy it. Our opponent has to play a bunch of amalgams. This deck, I've seen a couple of these decks, and it seems pretty neat, but also might be really hard to pull off. So we do not have a card to play. We do not have a 3 attack to play. We have a 5 attack we can play next turn. So I think what I'm going to do is just do this. Eventually they may play a Murloc, or they may play, or they actually might play is an Amalgam. And if they play an Amalgam, then I can kill it because it's technically a Murloc. Choose 3 cards from your deck to put on top in that order. Okay, yeah, and they're just going to pick the order and get through their amalgams that is mana efficient. Okay, that's an okay card for this. It doesn't count for anything, but it's an okay card. So we can kill that, and we can copy that bat that'll put in the deck. I think that's probably the way to go. Now we're going to have a 4-cost 5/2 that just goes back in our deck. And we need a 3 attack and a 7 attack. We can maybe find the 3 attack. Here, this might give us the 3 attack that we need. This is good because, again, okay, they're going to mess with me here. So I'll probably play Hungry Crab first and then Odd. I do need to play a 3 attack, so I can play that. Let's play this first. That'll kill this. Nope, but you countered it, so it won't kill that. So that's great. So now we'll play this, and we will adapt the 1/2 to give it Divine Shield, because that sounds good. And then we will hunt for a 7 attack. None of these are a 7. We'll play this because it's taunt. And because these are in our deck and we haven't played them yet. So we'll kill that. Our opponent so far has not played any minion with a unique type. With any type. Do they have any of them in their deck? What's going on? Are they... Is this a trap? Is this like a secret? They haven't played anything yet. They must have them. I still need my 7 attack. None of these are my 7 attack. But I think I just want taunts, because I don't really want anything they have. So I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, taunt my way through. Replace this taunt with that taunt. I don't have any more poison, but that's okay. I would like to top deck Ravager or Torga, so I can complete my quest. This is also, like, is this a joke? What's going on? Why do you have this? What's happening? All right, so next turn, this will be a 7 attack, so we can play that. We're going to take some damage, but not much. So this will complete our quest next turn, and then we will have enough mana to play it and get a bunch of 2/2s and have a 9/9 with taunt. That doesn't count. I didn't play it. It does not count. Fuck you. Fuck you and your 2/6. It does not count. I don't get it. I don't get to play it. I can get a taunt. It's a beast, which is good for us. I guess I could play that. Man, that sucks. That really sucks. Can't even kill that. Well, I maybe can. What are you gonna get? Reborn, huh? Okay.
You surprise me.
Well, I guess I'll just take the 2/2. Get myself a taunt. That really sucks, man. Fucking dirty rat messing with my shit. That really messed with my shit. So now I need Torga or Ravager. If I can get Torga or Ravager, or Savannah Highmane, I should say. 5 cards in my deck that I really want. Some other ones that I don't. You can't kill that. It's mine. It's mine. I get it. Yeah, draw your cards. Yeah, there you go. They can kill it. You've only played a mech. What is this deck? Do you have anything for your quest? Is the quest just you have a 1-drop to play? Am I being punked here? That's not what I wanted. Which one? Is this the regular 1/2? This isn't even the one. Oh, it's the one with Divine Shield. Great. I'm fucking furious here. I'm annoyed. We could have completed our quest, but they had fucking goddamn Dirty Rat. I wasn't playing around Dirty Rat. That was my big mistake. One more food chain. One more food chain. Hey, guess what? If you were waiting for me to get salty, I am now salty. We definitely we weren't necessarily good. I don't want to say that I was going to win that game for sure, but we definitely weren't. We were definitely going to do better if they hadn't played Dirty Rat. So I am miffed about Dirty Rat because it did keep us from completing that. Kindred we keep. On turn 3 we can play this as a or turn 4 we can play this as a 3. I'd rather have something else, but we're keeping Kindred because we couldn't pull it before, and we'll keep that. As long as we play something, okay, we'll play this on turn 2. As long as we play something on turn 3, yes, we can play that. Great. So as long as we play something on turn 3, we can play this on turn 4, and we need a 5 attack. We'll play this, and then we can play these together, because even if they kill this 1/3, we can play these together, and that's great because this will keep whatever we give that. Awesome. And then eventually this will have 5 attack. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. Elusive is not my favorite. This having Reborn is great. This having Reborn is fantastic. Again, eventually this will have 5 attack and we can play it. Our opponent hasn't done anything yet, which seems odd. I don't know why they haven't done anything. They have a coin, so they have 5 mana right now. They're not even shooting us. This is frustrating. We're gonna complete, but I'm gonna say that I'm frustrated because our opponent isn't even shooting us. Like, they're literally just hanging out. But we now can do our. We can now do our thing, and we'll also find something here. Let's just okay, now they conceded. Great. That one felt dirty because they weren't even shooting us. They weren't even using their hero power if they didn't have any cards to play. That one didn't feel good, but it's a win. I will take a win. All right, one more This Is Big Shaman game. That was going to be the last game, but now I want to keep going. Now I'm determined to keep going. And we're going to play this one game. We might go over. I don't care about going over. I think that's fine. And then we'll raid somebody. I don't know who we're going to raid because there's not a huge crew tonight. So we might just raid a one of those 24-hour streams of things. Okay. Our detective is here. All right, we're going to play. We're going to keep Fairy Tale Forest. Okay, we're going to get rid of a Muck Morpher because we have Fairy Tale Forest that will pull it and it'll cost less. We'll get rid of that. Hopefully we don't pull like. Okay, Reincarnate's fine. Tar Tyrant, I'd rather pull as a Muck Morpher around a 4/4 that it becomes a 10/4. That has Taunt and Lifesteal. That seems pretty good, but we'll play this. Our Eureka's good. We'll save coin for Eureka. Basically, on turn 3, I'm going to play this, and then turn 4, I'm going to play Muck Morpher. And so turn 2 is going to be, yeah. Okay, we got Ancestor's Call. We're going to keep with this game plan because on turn 5, we can play Ancestor's Call and Reincarnate, or we can coin Reincarnate on our Muck Morpher, depending on what it is, because our opponent's playing fairly slow. We're going to take 3 damage here. At least 3 damage. That's okay. Because we can pop off with Muck Morpher. Depending on what Muck Morpher is. We might want to reincarnate that Muck Morpher and get a full thing. And so we might want to coin Reincarnate on that. And then we have this for turn 5 and this for turn 6. Because we have 1 minion in our hand. Tar Tyrant. Unless our turn 5 is playing the other Muck Morpher that we just top deck. Which... if that happens, that happens. I don't know. I'm almost out of water. So that definitely is a good indication that we're close to the end of the stream. Okay. So they helped us out here. Muck Morpher. What are you going to turn into? What are we mucking here? Okay, a Colossus. You know what? A Colossus is a 4/4 that has a 7/7 behind it. What if that isn't the case? What if it's a 7/7 with a 7/7 that has a 7/7 behind it? And that's our turn 4 play. That's a pretty good turn 4. We have 14 on board, taunt, with 1 behind it. Now, okay, they had equality. We don't love that, but they're playing equality in this board and not the next board. Because you can't go face because that had a 7/7 behind it. We still have a 7/7. So, and they used one of their equalities, which is great for us. Okay. So they're going to play some dragons. Krog, I don't really want to pull Krog. So do I want to pull the other Muck Morpher? Yeah, I was going to do Ancestor Call, but let's do the other Muck Morpher. We'll just play the other Muck Morpher, because that way we get it out of our deck. Okay, great. This is a 4/4 that on their turn is a 10/4. And that heals us. So, great. That's a 10/4 for them. And we still have now Eureka's to pull copies out of here. I wouldn't mind Krog. I would love a Tar Tyrant to be the next one we pull here. We could also pull Ancestor's Call and pull one of their minions out. I don't love that. I don't love that that was the card you had. Now I'm starting from nothing. That's not a great top deck because I don't really care if I get that. But we'll play Eureka because we have it. Okay, we got a 1/12. That is a 7/12 on their turns. I'm not complaining about having a 1/12. I had a 1/12. Okay, goodbye. All right. Any of these cards would be good for Eureka. That's also pretty good for Eureka. My opponent has had answers to my bullshit, which I don't love. I would love to get Triangulate to pull the other Ancestor's Call, because now we're going to have to play Ancestor's Call to start answering these problems. Although we could play another Tar Tyrant if we wanted to. We could just keep playing Tar Tyrants, because that's really annoying. Ooh, we could play this as well. Blightblood Berserker is also annoying. I think these are just way more annoying. And then we'll take 5. I don't care. Heal by 1. And we got our other 7/12. We now have 3 7/12s with another 7/12 if I want it, but I'm probably going to play. Okay, yeah, yes, please. Double your minion stats. And then also deal with this, making your minions cost having 1 attack. All right. Gonna break through. Gonna bust on through with Mana Swine. Okay, you busted through 1. Now, I don't have a way to kill this next turn. But I can make it really annoying for them. And I have this as a follow-up. That sounds great. I'm just going to make things annoying. At the end of this turn, all your minions are 1/1s. And then you're going to play minions. That effect is so fun. That effect is so great. Now you got to get through 2 7/12s with an 8/7 behind it that's going to keep fucking up your board. And I can play this next turn. That'll be good. My Thunderbringer will be great next turn. All right, you got Ysera, Dreamer, getting yourself a bunch of bullshit. None of which should help. There's one that could help you. Some, but not enough. Not enough. We might be able to play both of these next turn. As long as... Yeah, well, what are you going to do? You're going to make one a 6/6? Yep, you're going to make it a 6/6. Okay. Oh, you're going to kill off your board. You could kill off your board. All right. You're going to take that back so you can do it again. That's fun. Yeah, all right. That is a thing you could do. So let's find this and let's get the Ancestor's Call. That sounds great because we could Ancestor's Call to try to get Ysera so that they can't play Ysera. But I think Thunderbringer is the better choice. We'll play this. It gives you a 5/5, but that's going to be a 1/1. Won't care about that. There we go. I think just having a taunt is the better choice than pulling something in their hand and maybe getting a taunt that I want. I think playing the 6/6 is the way to go. Imbue. You're also an Imbue. You waited till turn 10 to play an Imbue card? That seems strange. Oh, your deck is smaller that way, but weird. Okay. I thought this was just a Lorthamar deck, but it's not. We do have to get through an 8/10. Okay, do a little damage. That's fine. We do need to get... Yeah, okay. I mean, this is a mistake. They should not be doing this. They just lost the game because of that. That's a terrible choice, because now you're just giving me a bunch of fucking attack here. Because when I get through this 8/10, this just becomes fucking huge. Look at this. Now I win with my 18 damage. And I could have cheesed you and killed some stuff into this and made it even bigger. But I didn't because I was being nice. That deck was an Imbue deck? That's so weird. All right, we had 14 games today, and I won 9 of them. Now, did 2 people concede immediately? Just about immediately? Yes. Am I mad about that? No. Let's see, what I got here? I got more gold. Not enough gold to get a pack. You're saying, Pat, you have 2,075 gold. You have enough for many packs. You could buy up 20 packs. No, I need this gold for the next mini set because the mini set costs 2,000 gold. So I always have 2,000 gold at least. And then I use that gold for the mini set, and then I start saving up gold for... once the mini set's out, I've gotten pretty much all the cards I want from that set, generally, and then I just save up gold for the next expansion. Because I went free to play in this game, and I have been free to play in this game for a very long time. And that's gonna do it for the stream. 60 FPS stream went pretty well, I think. Won a bunch of games, lost some games, went 9-5. That don't feel too bad about that. We are going to raid. That is how we end every stream around here. We're going to go find somebody doing cool stuff and go hang out with them. I'm quitting the game of Hearthstone for now. Quitting the client of Hearthstone, I should say. I'm not quitting Hearthstone. I'll play Hearthstone tomorrow. I just will. There'll be quests for me to do. Again, we are small but mighty here tonight. So I think we're going to raid Giant Bomb Forever. We're going to go hang out with the folks at Giant Bomb Forever who are currently watching, the people in the chat there are watching an unfinished of Crawl from 2014. Jeff and Brad and Vinny and I think Matt Rory is in this one. That's fun. So we're going to go hang out with that. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I hope you come back on Thursday. I'm working on the Vidar, and it's a master grade that is very fucking cool. It's a cool master grade, and I think you would enjoy it. So feel free to come along on this raid. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.